That's why I need to hold on to everything. I don't know what to say now. I need to hold on to.
What's going on, you guys? Hello, hello, hello. What's up, my friends? I hope everybody's doing good, doing well. as Ryan takes a nice bite of spaghetti. What about our spaghetti?
That's what I was afraid of.
What about our spaghetti?
Somebody had touched your spaghetti. That's what I was literally just in the middle of telling Corey how I was self-conscious about that happening, and it happened.
That's okay. You look sexy eating. It's okay. Especially when you slurp.
In that case,
what would you call it? Go ahead, eat. Don't worry. We do it all the time.
So wait for it's cool. So we're good for the moment.
What's up, guys? How's it going? I hope everybody's doing good, doing well. I know I am. There is a lot to talk about. So many things happening. We got bombarded. At first, we thought it was going to be a nice, slow TacoCast. We were actually planning to do something else. And then all of a sudden, we got bombarded in less than 2 weeks of just all this news.
So much news.
Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about. Some awesome stuff, some sensitive stuff, and some really cool, neat stuff. So I'm really excited about this. But let's go ahead and jump into it. We're doing something a little different, and hopefully it works out. I think it will, because our group has this weird connection that it just works. Let's go ahead and jump into it. What's up, guys? How's it going? Hope you guys are doing good. Tell me, what's going on with your channels? What's new and exciting, and what have you been up to?
Oh man, tell you what, it has been so crazy lately. I've been streaming just all kinds of different one-off things. When I find a game that I think people would like, I've been trying to show it to people. So I streamed one yesterday called what is it called? Sun Haven. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of like Stardew Valley and stuff like that, but not. So why do we sound like that we're in a tunnel? I think maybe that's on you, Stephie. Hey, Jamaican. And then as far as other stuff, I don't know. I've been my channel. I've been slowed down a lot on my streaming and stuff, because I've been trying, as you guys probably know, I've been trying to get a little bit healthier in general. I've been running a mile every other morning now. I've lost 43 pounds in the last 4 months.
Dang, man.
Fantastic. You guys can probably tell in my face, but y'all, that's all y'all get to see, right? Mostly. But I have lost a lot of my belly and stuff, which, hey, man.
You gotta give us the shirtless pics.
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, once you have the six-pack.
For now, I got a K. Yeah. So that's
Hey!
Chadley's with us. Yeah.
How fortunate for him. He's right above me.
What's up, Chadley? How you doing, buddy?
And I have to look at facing Chadley now.
Grab that wheel. Reach up and grab it.
I'm telling you, one day I'm going to add it where anytime Chadley appears or he starts talking, this great halo of light is gonna start beaming.
Yeah.
That already happens.
It happens naturally.
What about you, Ryan?
Oh man. So I've actually been doing a lot of thinking the past week or so about switching up a few things on stream. Since last October, I have been on Mondays reading creepypastas and shiny hunting on Mondays. I'm going to be taking a break from that for a while now, just until October, just to free up some space, let new stories come out and give us all some time. I'm also going to be changing up the days that I'll be streaming on. Going to be switching to Monday to Thursday instead of this Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Thursday that I've had going on. I want to free up the weekends so that I have more time to do stuff like Corey asked me to play Diablo with him yesterday. I want to have more time to do stuff like that without worrying about canceling streams.
Yeah.
You know,
It was great.
Yeah, it was.
No, for sure. It's hard because like I know exactly what you're talking about. Like you try to fit everything that you want to do in, and then you're like, oh shoot, I got to stream, and you don't want to let them down either. And I know.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with me. Nothing else really different, special going on. It's been sticking to the usual.
For sure. Chadley, what about you, buddy? And welcome, Chadley.
Welcome. Hey, we can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
He is speaking the language of gods. When us mortals cannot comprehend him.
The beard is speaking, we just can't understand it. We're not.
Chadley's gonna do this entire stream in sign language. Where's this translator?
It's because, you know what? We almost understand. I can almost hear him. The beard is coming. And I think, Corey, you can almost hear him, right?
Yeah.
The beard just morphs and forms the subtitles.
He said go on with that one for now, I guess, while he tries to figure this out. So we'll come back and make sure we get his thoughts. For sure.
I just still want Chadley. He's still got to answer. It's just he's going to be muted, so he's just talking and like waving his hands around, moving. We just don't know what he's saying.
People in chat are going to be like, that's a really good point, Chadley.
That's what we joked about if Claire was ever going to be on TacoCast.
Yeah.
That's right. I know. I've tried several times to get her on. She's like, I don't want to do voice reveal.
Hey, you know. Oh, man.
I forgot YouTube. You have to go on live chat.
Yeah.
Man.
It filters out.
No, you know what we'll do? We'll put like, somehow I'll put text in the box where she's supposed to be.
There we go. Just let her type and just have a thing that she's typing in, just show up on there.
Like
the text-to-speech voice.
The text-to-speech, yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone. It is me, Claire. Well, I am so happy to be here today. How is everyone doing?
Oh, gosh. Sounds like a pain. Yeah, for sure.
Yay.
Hey, there we go.
It's working now. It's working now.
There we go.
Nice.
I don't know what's going on, but today the Discord, everyone sounds weird.
Dude, does that sound weird? Here, I'm gonna unplug my mic and plug it back in.
So weird, I don't know. It's like what Stephie said, you all sound like we're in a tunnel.
Is that any better for me?
It's just everybody, I don't know. It's weird.
It's
It's Discord.
You guys.
Where I have to unplug my mic and plug it back in, and then it sounds better for everybody.
You gotta turn you guys up a little bit.
We just had Chadley server muted. That's all in our group message.
Yeah, that's what it was. Definitely, that's what it was. I sound clean. Oh, thank you, Stephie.
Are you saying the rest of us sound dirty?
Wow, we're dirty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to do a podcast anymore. Good night.
I was legit trying to see if this would help.
Okay, how dirty do I sound now?
Is it better?
I'll dirty my headset now.
Anyway.
All right, so Chadley, how are you today, buddy? How has the channel been doing? How's everything been doing?
It's going good. I mean, lately I've been like doing 2 days on YouTube, 2 days on Twitch, so it's kind of half and half, which is kind of nice. I've been enjoying it. Still working on my crazy cross stitch thing that I've been working on for, I guess, 154 days now.
Wow, has it been that long?
So, yeah.
Wow.
No, that's just the days that I've worked on it. But I've started back in late January, so it's been like around 180 days since I started, but only 150 of those like I actually worked on it. And I'm still only like a third of the way done, so I still have a long way to go on it, but so I've been working on that, and I once a week I actually stream while I work on it, so it's something different. It's not like I'm playing games or anything, but it's a good time for me to kind of just do like a just chatting type stream. But then a lot of people come in because they're curious to see like my progress on the project and stuff, since it is kind of like gaming related and stuff.
Oh no, for sure.
But it's just it's a different type of stream where it's like I can just like chill and hang out, and I can talk more regularly to everyone and not be interrupted by being distracted by the video game at the same time, type of thing. Because we all fall to that victim of like somebody asks us a question, we start talking and answering their question, and then all of a sudden like, oh crap, and then you gotta play and then you forget what you were saying. So
Exactly.
Exactly. Without even playing anything.
All right, there's so much to talk about, so let's jump into it because there's a lot to dive into this month. So okay, so let's see. So Nintendo finally did it. It's happened. They announced another Switch, but it wasn't what we all were expecting and hoping. They announced the Switch OLED model. It's a bigger screen, less bezel. I think it's a 7-inch.
Yeah.
Like it goes up to 7-inch now instead of 6.2 or something like that. And but there's no more. There's not. They didn't add more horsepower and anything really different other than I think the docking station now has an Ethernet.
It has
port.
Ethernet built in, but they just replaced one of the USB ports with it. So then that kind of
which is all people would use that USB port for anyway. So
it's not strictly true. I don't have the USB port. I don't have the adapter plugged in, and I've got all 3 USB ports plugged in.
What are you using it for, though?
Keyboard and mouse. And I have a capture card that goes through too and all. Well, no, the capture card is through HDMI, but there's something else. Oh, like I'm not typical. Don't get me wrong. I have other things, but my point is still stands that like I can understand that it probably is the majority of people using it for that, but I still think it's kind of dumb to replace it rather than maybe just include an Ethernet, like a dongle or something. It costs freaking $10.
Yeah,
they're not expensive to manufacture. They could definitely do it for cheap.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So
the one thing I guess that somebody could test is to see if this new dock would support like USB hubs, because then you could expand on the size or the number of ports available, I guess.
Well, do we know that it can't already? That the current one doesn't?
I don't know.
I never thought about it, but it might, as long as it's powered enough, right?
The ports on the front, I think, are only USB 2. So
right, and the one on the back is 3.
It's 3. And now that they took that one away, like
but
the front
USB
ones...
2 can still support hubs. You just can't put a bunch of USB 3 crap on it, into it.
Yeah.
You're gonna power drain it and stuff. So
yeah, unless it has its own external power source, but.
Yeah, Nick, that's exactly what they did. They just probably used internally USB adapter, like they just hardwired it instead of plugging it in for the LAN, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, for sure. So,
they didn't rebuild the whole dock,
So I was actually shown a very good meme regarding the OLED. I'm going to put it in our little TacoCast chat right now. I don't know if Rigo could show it. I think this is great, by the way.
Let me see if I can figure it out. But do you guys think that the new Switch will sell well, or do you think?
I do.
Yeah.
I think it's going to sell well. However, it's not going to sell. It's not going to outsell like the original model or anything, because it's not really a replacement model or an upgrade model. Honestly, it's not going to sell as a replacement or an upgrade for most people. It's going to sell as, okay, Supa has one Switch that his whole family shares. He's getting tired of that. He's about to try and get an OLED model. People who have multiple kids, can you get it on there?
I thought we were getting a Switch Pro. Oh no, I said a Switch Pro LED. It's a regional dialect. There we go.
But yeah,
Thank you for that one, Redcoin.
I suspect that it's going to sell pretty well. I don't think it's going to I think it's going to sell well enough to justify it happening. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's a great model. I think that for people who don't have a Switch, people whose Switch is, broke and they need to upgrade it or anything like that, it's a great option. I just think for me and for probably most of us here, it's not really a necessary upgrade, right?
Yeah, it's like a Switch alternative if you can't get the base model. You're just like, oh, here's another avenue of having it.
I mean, if you are in the market for a Switch, it's a great thing to get.
Yeah, and that's the thing. My Switch stays docked the whole time. I never take it out of the dock. That's why I feel I'm not gonna spend the money on.
You're not getting that big screen for anything.
Exactly.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
all the upgrades were it's all for handheld, it's for people that want to use it on the go, that kind of thing. And the dock, I mean, it's the dock. I mean, the people the people that use the dock, the only benefit they get out of it is having the Ethernet port now. So,
which is great. But
you don't get any use out of that
Ethernet
port.
But we all know that even with the LAN adapter, it doesn't fix the lag.
Oh, absolutely not.
It doesn't fix it. So
no.
I mean, it just makes it so it's more bearable.
Nintendo just heard the community cry out about always wanting to use Ethernet ports, on their or use Ethernet on their Switch, because many people have that idea, right? That it will magically fix the internet, and we know, and you guys know that that's not the case. So, but Nintendo said, "Hey, we heard you, and this is what we did." That's actually a really smart move on Nintendo's part, because it either shows they're listening or at least makes you think they're listening.
But now we're gonna get instead of saying, "But I have good Wi-Fi, but I'm connected directly."
Yeah, that's what we're gonna hear.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Speaking of Nintendo, so Skyward Sword, and I forgot to add this, but I'm going to add it now. So Skyward Sword and Pokemon Unite have been released, and both have been actually getting some positive feedback, more or less on Skyward Sword. People are happy that you can, I guess, skip the unimportant dialogue when you don't need to really listen to it. And I guess tutorials you can skip, apparently. And there's been some improvements on the controls. And graphically, it's not a big improvement, but more or less it's been sharpened and all that. So what are you guys' thoughts on the update? And did you pick up Skyward Sword, or did you try the new Pokemon game?
I love it. I'm enjoying it thoroughly right now.
Which one?
I picked up. Wait, what?
Which one did you pick up and are thoroughly enjoying?
Everything. I got the Joy-Cons, and those are great. And I got Skyward Sword, and I'm thoroughly enjoying the fixes, the little quality of life changes, and man, I tell you what, one thing I've been playing with the motion controls, and motion controls are great, and they are the way this game should be played realistically by everyone. However, this thing lacking an IR sensor and and all that means that you now have to press the Y button to recalibrate. Like every time you use something that does motion control. It's okay. I've just gotten in the habit of pressing it. so it's not like a big deal. But like there'll be times, and if you look at any review or anything, they'll all tell you the same thing. When you go to pull out the beetle or the slingshot thing or anything, you're doing this. You're pointing it like this. The reticle is already like way over here, and you're turning. And so you have to hurry up and press the button so it like recenters you. It's my only complaint about the game. Everything else is great. It's how I remembered it before, and looks sharper, and it's really nice. But yeah, it's great. Love it.
You know, I want to pick it up because I've never played Skyward Sword. Even like we've had it.
Right.
My brother had it for the Wii. It was sitting there, but I never played it. And even now, like I see it all the time when I go out shopping, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna grab it. But I never grabbed it. I kind of want to grab it now that it's on the Switch to see. I want to see what the big deal is, because I always hear that the story's pretty good on that game. Everybody always tells me the story was great.
Yeah, even though I played it only on the Wii, I haven't picked it up on the Switch yet, and I don't know if I will or not. I'm still on the fence. I've watched enough people now to see to see all of the quality of life improvements, to see the sharper picture, to see that they didn't really do anything with the graphics texture wise. It just basically looks like they kept all the existing textures.
Those leaves.
Aside from the character models, it looks like they may have touched up on the character models a little bit. But like the actual stages and the amiibo is cool too. Yeah, I do like the amiibo. That the amiibo is really cool.
Yeah, this is a really well detailed one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that was like what 20-25 something like
Yeah,
that.
I think it was 25.
It was more than the typical.
Yeah,
price
and
the amiibo.
for some comparison, like here it is next to Bowser, right? Like it's taller, it's bigger overall than a standard amiibo. Bowser's kind of fat, but you know, he's kind of thick.
Thick. Yes. You gotta use the proper terminology.
Amiibos have become the new statuettes.
A little bit.
But I enjoyed the story. Like the story is great in that game. Even though I played it on the Wii. And even on the Wii, the motion controls weren't like all that bad. Everybody like bashes the motion controls on the Wii, but it's like once you get used to it, and like they're really not that bad. Like it can be frustrating. Yeah, it can be frustrating at times. But again, on the Wii version, you don't have to recalibrate, so that's one good thing.
No, for sure.
Corey, I don't know if they used to have this like weird effect in the background. Do you still notice, like when you look at stuff in the far background, does it all kind of look hazy, or does it look like they might have? I don't know if you played the original too, because
I played the original. Yeah,
the original, yeah, because the original always had. It seemed like they put this like weird like blur filter on the stuff in the background,
so they could leave it a lower res texture and stuff, probably.
Oh,
I haven't noticed this time around, honestly.
Digital Foundries did. I watched their video about that, and they said that apparently they've corrected it. It's a little bit better.
Nice.
But I didn't really understand what they meant. But I've never played the original, right? So.
Yeah, I think it was just to keep the frame rate up on the Wii. They had to make it so that the background elements were blurred out, so you could still see it, and it kind of gave you like you know, like when you're in the desert and you see the waves, the heat waves and stuff, and it warps everything. That's kind of like the effect they went with the other stuff, like for the background, so you could see it, but you just couldn't really make it out. And I think that's how they tried to preserve the frame rate on the Wii.
Yeah,
was
probably.
to just, it can render it, but it wasn't rendered at like full quality, so that the things closer to you could be rendered at the highest quality and still keep it around 60 frames a second. So
yeah, for sure. No, for sure. What about Pokemon Unite? Have you guys played that? Have you guys tried that? I just found out today that it was free. I didn't even know.
Yeah, I've played a few matches every day basically. It's a lot of fun. It's a MOBA that is Pokemon. It's, you know, very similar to stuff like League of Legends and Heroes of the Storm, with the familiar cast of Pokemon. Well, not all familiar. Like I don't know all of
I definitely will try it out.
Yeah, and it's super competitive at times because that's what MOBAs do. They get competitive, and I understand that. But man, I definitely had matches where I just wanted to throw my controller, and I don't. It takes a lot for me to rage, but I'm just like, I'm over there like gritting my teeth, like, oh, I couldn't stream that game. There's no way.
I fear for just how potentially toxic this community could be.
The one good thing about it is what's different with this from other MOBAs is there is no like text chat. So like your right. Teammates. So I mean, I play a lot of League of Legends with my family and stuff. So I have the advantage of most of the time the only people I talk to like on voice chat and stuff like that are my family members. So we don't get toxic with each other, and usually what the games we're playing, because I don't play ranked or anything like that, usually when you play ranked in those types of MOBAs and stuff, that's where you see a lot of the toxicity, because the competition level is like so much higher than when you just play just regular matches for casual play. And with this game, I could see, because there is no voice chat and there's no text chat in the game, the toxicity can't be there, really.
Yeah, true.
The only toxicity would be someone that's like trolling the team because they get mad. So then they just do stupid stuff to make it so you lose. So like that's probably the only thing I could see that would be bad. Is just somebody just goofing off because they're like, well, we're going to lose anyway, so I'm just going to walk right into the other team and have them just kill me and I'm just going to feed the other team and get them leveled up so that we just lose bad, like really, really bad.
Or people trying to surrender, because you have to vote to surrender. And if everybody doesn't vote, then you don't surrender. I've been in matches where they just keep on trying to surrender, and the rest of us are like, "No, I don't want to surrender. You either finish this match or you quit and get a penalty. That's on you."
So they don't. Okay, so with League, it's a little different because like the first attempt at surrendering is like at 15 minutes into the match, and you have to get a unanimous to surrender.
I don't know what the time frame is
later on. Yeah, because later on with League, then it can go down to 4 people usually. When you're able to surrender a second time, you just need 4 people to surrender. So I'm curious to see it. I haven't, to answer the question, I have not played it yet. I haven't played it. I watched people play Pokemon Unite. I just haven't gotten a chance to because I've been busy with other things and obviously with other games on my streaming schedule and stuff.
It's all fired up right now.
Yeah. I mean, I could see myself enjoying it because I like the fact that the matches are a lot shorter than what I play with League of Legends, because sometimes League of Legends matches can last upwards to like 40 minutes if both teams are really good.
What does the average Pokemon Unite match last?
It's 10 minutes is the max for Pokemon Unite. And I've seen them go.
Those are timed matches, yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen them end earlier for some reason. Well, maybe I've seen them end whenever the other team surrenders. Yeah, but basically 10 minutes. I mean.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, by the way, let's thank Pete for his $2 donation. Super appreciate that, man.
Thank you, Pete.
Oh, Pete, I'm gonna do to you what I do to this pasta.
Wow.
Fork it?
Yes, sir, fork it.
Yeah, no, I haven't tried the game. I kind of like League of Legends. I don't know if I'd like this one, but maybe. I mean, it's shorter. I know some like Chadley says sometimes League can take a while.
Play it with friends.
But
play it with friends.
I need to play it with friends. Yeah, that's right. Because I only have fun playing League when I'm playing with Chadley. Whenever he played it on his stream and I got a chance to jump on, it was fun. It was super fun. Nice.
Yeah,
I learned very quickly that I'm very bad at it.
Yeah, I've been playing League for a very long time and I'm still bad at it. So but like I said, 9 times out of 10, the only people I play with are my family, because I don't feel enjoyment playing a game like that by myself with people I don't know. And
exactly.
And Pokemon might be a little different because first, I can't play it with all of them until it comes out on mobile. Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
I don't have enough Switches to go around to all of my family members.
Come on, get with it. Just invest in a bunch of Switches. Stream expenses, man.
But there's enough people in the community that play that I know that I could play with people that I'm familiar with or that I know and consider friends, you know, to be able to play with them. And like Corey said, we can jump on Discord and you can have voice chat, and then you can be better coordinated with when you play the game, because it is a team game. It is a strategy game. It requires you to be being able to work together to win, and not just be like, I'm gonna go on my own, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, and the other team will be coordinated and they'll just destroy you because they're able to attack you guys or our team in more efficiently. But
true. And being like
Definitely going to be trying out in the next week or so.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us all know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's a 5. It's like it's got 5v5, so we can
all Pokemon unite.
Yeah. Pokemon unite to one world.
So with it being a free game, Corey, fill us in on the microtransactions side.
Okay.
Of it.
There you go.
There's a battle pass. There's a free battle pass, but then every so many levels there's like a locked item that you can't unlock. You can't get unless you pay for the paid battle pass, which is like $8. But your first purchase of the premium currency, you get double the currency. So I literally just bought the $4 one with gold coins on the Switch and got enough for the battle pass and then some. No, I bought the $8 one and got double that, so I still have extra. But I paid for it with with gold coins. But yeah, I mean that's your thing is premium currency. They have premium currency for unlocking the Pokemon earlier, sooner than you would with the regular gold that you earn in the game. And for
buy your
cosmetics.
Mewtwo now.
Yeah. For people who try and switch media for dust. But yeah, so it's actually, it doesn't seem as bad with microtransactions as I would have expected. I think Nintendo's been pretty good about that though. Like they put them in, but they're not usually like rampant ridiculous. But there's cosmetics and there's just allowing you to unlock the Pokemon early. But there's a bunch of free ways to get Pokemon and stuff like that. The daily challenges and the battle pass and stuff like that allow you to unlock Pokemon for free. You just have to kind of wait a few days to get them, depending on how fast you're playing and completing these things. So like it's not very bad with the microtransactions.
That's how games like that always go. It's like you're spending money to unlock things that you were gonna unlock anyway. You're gonna get it a few days.
Yeah, and it's not an advantage or anything. Well, yeah. I mean, it could be considered an advantage because the Pokemon, I don't feel like they're all balanced.
Oh.
I think they need, there's definitely some balance issues, I feel like, at the moment, that they need to address, like Zeraora, or however you pronounce that stupid electric one that they gave everyone.
Zeraora,
seems to be super overpowered, and everyone complains about him. But that was a freebie they gave to everybody. Anybody who plays it before, like, August, whatever, or whenever the mobile version comes out, you get a certain day you can play it before, and you'll get that for free, too. So.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Before we move on to your next one on the list, Rio, before we move on to that one, I'm going to interject this story that I think you guys here are going to really be interested in. And we talked about it a little bit, but I want to get it wedged in here first. There have been reports by many people so there's this game, New World. It's an MMO that just came out in beta. It's not even out fully yet, but it's in beta. It looks really good. I mean, I've seen people stream it and stuff. It looks fantastic. And it looks graphically really good, and it looks fun really good. There are reports from many people that this game is killing their RTX 3090s. And that's insane. There are a few things going on that, I wouldn't say it's directly killing their 3090s. However, apparently the menus in the game are not frame capped. And because we all know that menus are incredibly light in these games, apparently the frame some PCs are getting with these graphics cards. Some PCs are getting their menus up to like 9,000 frames per second. Which,
oh my gosh.
yes, which even in RTX 3090, well, specifically the 3090s can't handle that very well because there is an already previously discovered heat issue. Like there's an issue where it's overheating, like the thermal stuff on this particular graphics card on a certain manufacturer 3090. So it's not even all of the 3090, but a specific one that is bricking these 3090s because it's just running rampant with the frame rate. And so the company, the developer, they tweeted out the other day, and they were like, they acknowledged, they're like, we acknowledge this issue, but it's not like our problem. Like it's not happening because of our software. They're like, this is an issue with the graphics card, which it kind of is to a point. However, but they're like, but to reassure players, we're going to issue a patch that caps the frame rate in the menu. So what they're saying is, hey, that's not our problem, but you know what? We're going to fix the problem that really isn't on us. Don't blame us, but we're going to fix it anyway.
Of course, you want people to still play your game, right?
But they're saying they're admitting it, but also not admitting it. So they're going to fix it, which is admitting it. But they're like, bruh, that's not us. That's your faulty graphics card. Which again, it is partially, on that. But like, come on, just own up to it.
It's
And
not our fault.
patch.
You bought a very heavy-duty, awesome graphics card.
Yeah, good old Amazon. That's right. That's an Amazon game. So we'll see how long that ends up lasting. Hopefully longer than Crucible. Actually, it's already lasted longer than Crucible did. So because they unreleased that like a week later. Anyway, I'm sure you guys have thoughts on that story.
No, but but imagine like you buy this. Well, here in Canada, you buy this $3,000 graphics card. It basically dies on you, and then you go to tell, hey, look, your game effed up my thing. No, it was your graphics card. Sorry, we're not doing anything about it. But okay, what about the ones that are broken? Are they? I'm
actually not sure who what channels they're going through and how these people are. Because if it were me, I would be telling Amazon that they need to do something. They need to. But here's the problem though. What's Amazon going to do? Order you a new graphics card? Oh no, of course they're not, because you can't get them anyway. So you're like you're screwed one way or the other, unfortunately, But I don't know I don't know if they. Oh, so I saw someone was replacing them. I don't think it was Amazon. Yeah, so it's probably the manufacturer of that particular brand of cards that's replacing them, because this is a fault on that manufacturer, technically speaking. It just happened to come out. I'm sure this could have happened in what do you call it, Cyberpunk or anything else like that too. With all that was screwed up and not optimized. Yeah, I think it was EVGA, Nick. Anyway,
it's only a matter of time until this happened. Basically, it's just the straw that broke the camel's back.
Yeah. I just thought that was a really good story. I thought you guys might appreciate that.
Sure.
Awesome story. I mean, it's terrible if it happened to you. It's awful, but it's like, man, that's something to talk about.
It's something to talk about.
It's a very good subject. It's something to look out for.
Don't spend too much money on graphics card. Lesson learned.
Right.
Oh man.
Yes.
All right. So this one's actually a pretty interesting story. A Twitch streamer, actually pretty well-known Twitch streamer who used to play WoW, turned around and decided, I'm gonna play some Final Fantasy 14. And the insane amount of support that he's gotten over this is really breathtaking. People are really, and a lot of people are actually switching over from WoW because they're saying how toxic WoW's community is. So they say, don't kill me. It's just what they're saying. But they're all switching over.
Kill you.
So much so that Square came out and they said that they ran out of digital copies of the game because there was too many people ordering them. So that's impressive. Also, if I remember correctly, Stephie was telling me that the servers were completely full. Some of them are completely full. You can't get into them anymore because of the amount of people who are joining. Like it's gotten crazy, and I believe that he was I can't remember which expansion he was starting, but they like gave him this huge welcome that I've never seen before. It was really cool. They like almost everybody just lined up, and he was like, "Is this part of the game?" He was so confused. It was really cool. It's a really cool little thing that they're doing. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on this, and what do you think of this whole change wraparound? There's a little bit more to this story, but we'll get into that in a minute. What are you guys' thoughts?
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. So, what Stephie said about the 700 player queue, when the last major expansion came out, Shadowbringers, the queues jumped up. The queue to log in was in the 300 to 400 range. When this guy started, the queues were in the 700 to 800 range, almost double what the new expansion was. When this guy just showed up. It's crazy. He's been going through, he's doing all the content that most people nowadays just are like, that's old content. We don't bother with it. We don't touch that. We're not going to smoke with that.
Yeah, regrets.
But he's going through and he's doing it on the hardest possible levels. He's having all these great moments. Oh, there's this clip on his YouTube channel where the entire party is like dying and going down. It's gonna be a wipe, and this healer just so happens to be able to revive everyone at that split-second moment in time to save the entire run. And it was just this incredible moment that everyone made memes about. That particular person actually went on to Reddit and had to explain the situation to everyone because they were getting all of these like comments that they were the greatest healer of all time in games. Like, will you please stop? I'm not the Messiah. He is the Messiah. That sort of thing. It was a reverse Leroy Jenkins. It was exactly what it was.
Could you imagine all that pressure, man?
On top of all that support he's been getting a lot of hate as well. Partially from like some of the more dedicated WoW people, partially from like other sources. I think we're going to be talking about that in a few minutes, that like Rigo said. But it's awesome. It's great that he's able to just be so nice to the community. Everyone welcomed him. We had a great time. Unless you're trying to log in, then you had a terrible time.
That's right. Here's how I look at it. Like, no hate to those who play WoW. I played it for a while, and by the time I was done, I just got bored of it. There was not enough for me to do there. In my eyes, there isn't enough to do. And a lot of people, I noticed a lot of them just spend time grinding for their mounts or grinding for the best gear. But that's about it. Whereas when I jumped over to Final Fantasy, every time I've touched that, either with Ryan or with Stephie or both of them, there was always something to do.
I played like
every time he touches it with me and Stephie,
there was always something to do. We were always busy, and it wasn't just oh well, we're grinding for this thing or for that thing. It was like, oh, there's this story, there's a side story. You're gonna get an awesome weapon if you do it. There's a side story. You're gonna get this if you do it. And then it's like, there's a giant raid. Let's go do it. And it's like always something new. So that's why I am addicted to it. I was addicted to it, but yeah, I mean, and that's my opinion on it. Again, everybody has different situation, but yeah, no, the amount of support he's been getting is stupidly amazing.
Within 3 days of his very first stream of it on Twitch, I had looked at the numbers on it. Over 2.7 million views after the fact, within 3 days. When he was streaming it live, he consistently had over 250,000 people watching. That is a number I don't think any of us could even potentially begin to comprehend. We're over here marveling at DGR hitting like 1,000 people watching. This man had literally 250 times that much.
Imagine.
That's crazy.
But now there's like there's more going on now with WoW, more than meets the eye.
Yeah.
So Activision and Activision Blizzard is being sued now, and there's a lot of. So, what's happening is they got investigated, and there is it's sexual harassment. What else? And
Panda.
yeah, there's
Sexual harassment of Panda. No, sorry.
sexual
I actually
harassment.
don't know much about this
bullying,
one, so.
A lot of groping apparently, and just overall all on the women developers who work for them. It's really bad, and I believe someone unalived themselves, didn't they? If I remember correctly. Yeah, they did.
Oh wow, did they?
Yeah,
Wow.
they unalived themselves, so it's become very big. I know that.
There's a bit of information about why they did it. If you want me to go ahead and let you know that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
A picture of them was being passed around. A very inappropriate picture of them.
Oh man, that's the worst.
Yeah. Like Stephie said, there was retaliation, unfair wages, sexual harassment, of course, unfair policies. There was an
And
instance.
etc. too.
Well, there was an instance where a pregnant woman was written up repeatedly and told repeatedly that she was going to be fired because she was taking excess bathroom breaks. She was pregnant, 8 to 9 months pregnant at the time. And she eventually ended up going to the hospital because she was dehydrated so much, just attempting to avoid the whole situation.
Like,
What's the other end?
seriously,
Sorry.
I know that I can't remember. Someone came out and apologized, right? But
Yes,
The CEO did.
the
Yeah.
CEO did, and I know that
Blizzard
people,
came out and apologized for it.
yeah, and I know
And
that
then I know
people,
someone on the Activision side came out and was like, "We didn't do anything wrong."
shoot.
Like, it's like, how do you guys do this? How are you going in like 5 different directions on this?
I know that somebody commented. I was watching a video on it, and they were saying that it's a little too late for an apology, and other people are saying you've been there for X amount of years, and you're gonna tell us not once you never noticed. And then a lot of people are saying that he was part of it and is part of the problem.
Wow, this was there. There was another one. Being denied promotions because on the basis of, well, what if you get pregnant?
What if you get pregnant? Oh my god.
That's one of the
Do we
things.
really live in this world right now, guys? Is that like, are we really still at this point in our life, like in our world? I thought we had maybe come a little bit further than that in our evolution
This
as a
is
species.
where we are.
Okay.
Apparently, this is where we are.
What was another one? There was a woman who had to write an essay on what she would be doing on her vacation before she was permitted the time off, because meanwhile no one else had to. It's like, these are all, yeah. She had to write the essay about what she would be doing on her vacation before she was permitted the time off. It's like,
Oh my god.
What?
these are all the
don't
claims
even-
that are being thrown around in the court in the lawsuit right now.
I believe it though. Like,
I believe it.
That's the thing.
That's
It's not. It's something that it's not hard to believe. You're listening to this. You're like, really?
yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
And
I-
the weird thing is like most development companies are so open-minded about stuff. Like they're like the place I work at it's not a gaming development company, but like we're a media agency. We're always having to stay up to the times, like because we do a lot of stuff for companies to try to advertise and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like you gotta care to have a safe working environment for everyone.
Yeah.
And most like development companies that we hear about, or at least the what they try to portray to people, is that like they are very open-minded about who you are, and when you come to work for us, all we care about is the work that you produce, you know. But at the same time, they understand that you're human. If you
Right.
start a family, like they're not going to chastise you for starting a family. They're not going to, like, most companies will work with you actually on that, you know, because they realize that you may not be there forever, you know. And to hear like a company like this be treating people this way is very it sucks because like most companies you hear about in this industry are not that way.
Not anymore, for sure.
No,
Yeah, for sure.
And this and now it's like, okay, this sucks for everybody that's involved with Blizzard and Activision and people that have suffered through all of this and stuff. But now is this going to open up? I hate to say that this is going to like have people start saying more stuff for other companies. Now, if it's legitimately happening, then yes, they should be saying things. But you also know that there are people out in the world that will try to take advantage of these types of situations as well, and try to cause problems to their employer because maybe they didn't allow them to do something that they felt they should have been able to, you know. But so it's a touchy situation, and it's like it sucks. Yeah, I mean, because somebody lost their life over this, you know, and that right there tells you that there's a major problem going on.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've seen it with other things too, where it's just like there are people in the world that just really don't care, and they're just going to take advantage of the situation too, and make it worse for other people too. So I hope that doesn't happen, and I hope that it just kind of stays within, like, obviously they've already started the court case for Blizzard and Activision and stuff, so yeah.
You
No,
know,
for sure.
this kind of stuff, like for, I can say that, like, at my work, company I work for, we do, as many of you guys probably do, we take, you know, yearly, like, harassment training and stuff. They make us go through all the same sexual harassment and just misconduct, all these kind of things. And you see these situations that are kind of spot on right here in these trainings. And, like, to me, seeing how far I thought we came, you know, which apparently I've been blind or something, but apparently, you know, you see these situations and you go, hey, why am I even looking at these situations? Like, these things don't happen anymore. We've evolved. We've gotten past that. There are laws. There are movements. There are all these things. But now at least it makes sense to me why we still have to look at these things, because some people are freaking idiots and just, I don't know. They just don't get it.
Like, exactly. And I mean, right now, a lot of people, what they're doing is a lot of people are deactivating their subscriptions to WoW and anything to do with Activision and Blizzard.
Yeah, people are boycotting.
Within World of Warcraft, people are using the remaining time on their prepaid subs to protest Blizzard.
Yeah.
They're getting online and doing sit-in protests within the game itself.
Like, it's so crazy. I mean, I know one content creator has joined up with a bunch of content creators. I think it's about 200 or so. She's starting a thing where, yeah, so August 8th to the 14th, basically they're gonna play only games that were created by females or worked with females or anything to do that the women were involved in. So BioShock and things like that. And that's all they're gonna be streaming for that entire time. So it's a really good way to support women. I mean, it's
Beautiful. That is really cool.
Yeah, like it's really nice. It's really nice. I'm actually gonna be joining them on that one. I'm gonna try to squeeze in there on a Monday or something. But no, it's really nice. But it's like what Corey said. It's crazy that you would think that in this day and time you're not gonna hear about something like that, and there it is. There it is.
In an industry that we all like know and love, right? Like in an industry that's so like near and dear to us. It's baffling.
This isn't some like Wolf of Wall Street, you know, backwoods stockbrokers or underground pharmacy drug deals or anything. This is like a gaming company.
Yeah.
Of all places.
Right?
Yeah, for real though. Crazy. Like right in our backyard kind of thing.
I mean, we're supposed to be blamed for all the horrible things of shootings and all that, not sexual harassment and bullying and all that. Jesus Christ, man.
What a world.
Right?
Oh, man.
My God. But yeah,
I think we should move on to this next one.
That's what's going on in that. And that I told you it was a touchy subject. We could go on and on and on, but yeah.
We could, yeah.
Let's go ahead and jump into the next one because the next one's actually pretty cool, and I'm very excited about this one.
This is very cool.
So out of nowhere, Valve comes out and goes, "Hey guys, guess what? We're releasing a console." Right? They just turned around and announced this handheld console called the Steam Deck, and basically it's a handheld PC, and it's actually pretty impressive. You got some nice specs going on, but the people are questioning: can an SD card run AAA titles? Can it handle all of the latest today's titles because of the graphic demand and all that stuff? They're asking if the settings that not the settings, but the specs are good enough for those games as well. Are they good for the settings? So let's get into it just to let you guys know. Basically, it's running an AMD Zen 2, 4 cores, 8 threads, 2.4 to 3.5 gigahertz clock speed. It's RDNA 2. What else does it have? 16
That's
gigs.
important right there.
Yeah.
That RDNA 2, it's got the full RDNA 2 architecture.
That
Just
exactly.
throwing that out there.
No, and that's a good thing. The 16 gigabyte LPDDR5 at quad channels, I believe they said. So
Yeah.
it's even better. It's even faster. You can get 64 gig MMC or 256,
Which is flash RAM. I mean, flash memory, essentially.
Exactly. You can get 256 NVMe, so M.2 SSDs, or a 512 NVMe. The resolution's gonna go at 1280 by 800. You get a 7-inch screen. It's 60 hertz, and you get Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, USB Type-C, and the usual. So the 64 gig is running you at $399. 256 is running at $529, and 512 is running at $649. So what are your thoughts? Are you excited? And what do you think is gonna happen? Let's go ahead.
Oh man, look, I'm gonna just jump right into it, guys. So I'm very excited for this. I will say I pre-ordered one. I deliberated a little bit. I was like, man, maybe I don't really need one. And then I pre-ordered. I put the $5 down. I reserved one. It's not technically a pre-order, right? I'm probably going to cancel it before it actually releases because I don't need it. But let me just tell you, the level of excitement for this thing, I mean, this is a technical marvel. I'm going to throw it. If it works as well as they say it does, because they're throwing some really big claims. They showed us playing Portal 2 and a few other games. They showed, I don't know if they ever showed like Cyberpunk or anything, but they showed like Portal 2 and a few other like AAA but older games. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. Those are popular games still. When you're going to tell me that you're going to cram all of this into a $400 device that can run Cyberpunk at medium settings, we'll call it medium because that's what they say. Like you're not going to get you're not supposed to get like ultra settings on this device. It's a 720p screen at the best. Like you're not supposed to get all of that craziness on it, except when you dock it. When you dock it, it supposedly can even do 8K, guys. I just want y'all to know that. I'm calling BS on that. I'm calling BS on it right now.
Me too.
Me too.
Dude, I was skeptical of 4K docked in this machine. I mean, it has a lot going for it, right? It's got the RDNA 2, which is even like the PS5 doesn't have the complete RDNA 2 architecture. The Xbox does. Saying that though, that doesn't, you can still do stuff like really good stuff without the full complete architecture or whatever. Whatever that actually fully means, right? Even. But like, no, Nick, supposedly you can do 8K at 60 frames per second. My PC cannot do 8K at 60 frames per second for almost any game. And I have me and Chadley have a very similar machine, and I guarantee we couldn't do 8K on just about anything playable. So for them to claim, that's why, like, I think it's really cool. I think it's a technical marvel if they got it working like this. However, all of that aside, the portability, the fact that you could, that I could load up I could load up any Steam game that I have, and just play it, space permitting, of course, because like I pre-ordered the 64 gig one. I'd need a nice juicy SD card. And Nick was saying you need one really fast. Yeah, most SD cards that you're going to buy in the stores today are at least class 10, which is going to be fast enough to run most of your games. Again, at like medium settings and stuff, you're not going to have a big issue. Like that's not going to be your bottleneck. But the fact that I could, you know, just boot up any of these games that I have on Steam, Soul Calibur 6, that's a pretty intensive game. But if I could just download that and load it, you know, and boot it right up on a portable that's not a Switch, and play that at medium, I'm okay with medium settings. Like on 720p, medium settings, as long as it's smooth, I'm okay with that. So like, I'm excited to see what we can get out of it, but I don't believe 8K and 4K docked and stuff like that. I just don't think that's gonna happen. Anyways, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. I could go on and on and on. It's really cool, but you guys also get a word in.
It sounds great for a very niche group.
Yeah.
Like, Rigo, this would be perfect with the way you do your work. How you're like, you know, after you finish, you're kind of there still for a few extra hours. This would be perfect for you. Something for you to do.
Yeah, no,
Johnny
for sure.
Cat over in Stephie's Discord. He is a handsome, don't get me wrong, the man is gorgeous, college student in university, doesn't have the most space, can't throw the most at a gaming PC, but this is a good thing for it, you know?
Yeah. So long as it can deliver.
So long as it can deliver, yeah.
I'm
And
saying
then-
it can deliver, but not on all.
And here's the thing, like, so people are trying to figure out, because we don't have much, whatever Valve showed us with IGN is basically all we have, and they're just saying all the games were played on the SD card, don't worry, it's gonna work. We understand that. So every YouTubers have been making their own tests, taking AAA titles and taking like SD hubs and trying it like that, and they are working. Loading times, 30 seconds, you know, all that stuff. It's slow, but then when you get in, the main thing is it's working. The game is working. It's running at max graphics if you want it to go that way. So they're not worried. One YouTuber did something really cool. He built his own version using desktop parts, but he like completely downclocked it and put as much RAM as he thinks they're gonna have, and it wasn't even RDNA. So he went off like that, and he was running all games at high settings, just high, not max, high settings, and he was scoring about 60 frames a second. So he was like,
what was he running at, like 720p or something?
720p, yeah. He was
yeah,
making sure
and
to
that's to be clear, I'm totally all about it. 720p on a small screen like that, like with the Switch, is perfectly fine.
Exactly. And then that's what he was trying to make a point at, saying at 720p you're running okay. Like you're gonna be okay with the frame rate. There's no issue. Now tougher games like GTA and Red Dead Redemption, he would put it on high and you're getting like, holy shit, she scared the shit. She scared me.
I didn't even do a jump scare this time. Wasn't my fault.
You know what happened was, for some reason, as she was walking, I thought it was coming from my screen. It scared the crap out of me.
You gotta do that more often.
Right? So he was just showing, and he said, you know, bring down the settings medium high, and you'll be getting 60 frames a second. So if something that's not as technologically advanced as the PC he built versus the Steam Deck that's gonna be a little bit higher can run 60, the little Steam Deck.
How much did he spend on that, do you know? Just out of curiosity.
How much did he spend? I don't know.
Just, it's a pure curiosity thing. It's not, I mean, the money doesn't really matter, except it gives you the idea of the value. But one thing that is good is that we know all of this stuff like that, that AMD Zen 2 is technically not an AMD Zen 2 off the shelf. It is a custom Steam APU version and everything. Like it's one that it's made, like you cannot go pick that up. So like it could be doing things. So, you know, we're talking about how it may not be this powerful and this and that, but the customizations that they've done to it may actually make it more of a feasible type thing, you know.
Exactly, and that's the
What
thing.
do y'all think about those touchpads? Just out of curiosity, what do y'all think about the touchpads on it?
So my brother has.
Do y'all think about these?
Yeah, my brother has this thing, and he says that they feel
trash.
good. He likes them.
This is trash. No, I bought it for like $5. Used it like 3 times to try and get used to it. and it's not trash. But most of the games I want to play, I would much rather use this as a thumbstick or something, and it doesn't feel good as using it for not a mouse or something.
Yeah,
Not
I know.
trash, I guess.
Who
You love
knows?
the Steam controller? I've never been able to get good with it.
Get
Also
good, Corey.
the fact that Steam Deck is a horrible name.
Oh my gosh! Oh, you mean it's not a Stream Deck like I have?
Exactly.
Oh my god, like
Exactly.
I don't know why
Steam Deck
Steam
exists.
Deck.
Why on earth did they think Steam Deck was a good idea?
Somebody just okayed it and didn't do any research at all.
I would have accepted the Steam Switch.
That would, yeah, that would have been better.
No, I know. Every time if you put Steam Deck on YouTube, you get like a couple of videos of Stream Deck.
Of course. That's fun.
But let me see. I want to see if I can find that quickly, that video, and then you guys can.
Steam Machine. That would have been
Steam
great.
Machine would have been awesome.
Yeah.
It could have been the mean green Steam Machine. Oh wait. Are the same people naming it? I mean, basically though, Pete. I mean, really, it's this. You've got the same like level of people that name these things, right? And the same thing goes with like Apple stuff and Nintendo. None of them are any better than each other. Like you've got the new Nintendo 3DS and all these things, and you know, all, like skipping generation numbers for iPhones and all these different things. And I'm like, who approves all of these names? You know, Xbox. The Xbox sad. Think about that for a second. The Xbox S, all digital. The Xbox sad.
Right.
Who okayed this?
PlayStation knows what they're doing. They make it simple for you. You got the PS1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's simple, but it works.
We're gonna have the new PlayStation next.
Oh my gosh. Just give me on your PSP game.
Yeah, I just don't understand who comes up with these naming things. But overall, I will say I am absolutely like really stoked for the concept of this Steam Deck. I think it's gonna be really great. I'm planning to cancel it before it comes out. Who knows what I'm actually gonna really do? But yeah.
I mean, I'm really excited for it. I'm not gonna lie. Just the thought of being able to play my Steam games on the go makes me more excited. I never played the Switch on the go. I did at the beginning, but then when the Joy-Con started breaking, I was like, "F this! I'm not playing."
Yeah, and that's why I ended up with these. These amazing.
Oh, those are
Blue-Pad
awesome.
Pros. They're awesome. I'll link you to these if you haven't seen them.
Those are really cool. I didn't even know those
Yeah.
existed.
Yeah, and they got like a trigger on the back of each of them and everything, but they're literally you can only use them handheld. They have no power to them or anything like that, so.
Interesting.
But I'll link it to you later. I'll link it to you.
Yeah,
It's
for
not.
sure. But no, it's a good little idea. You got your triggers on the top. They're saying that
It's got buttons on the back, right?
yeah, they have
like-
a couple of buttons that you can program in the back. The joysticks feel really good, and overall they're very, very happy with it. And they're saying some really, and the cool thing is when you dock it, you can go into desktop mode, and everybody's saying that in desktop mode it's just like Windows, just obviously it's Linux, but it's running really good. You have the choice of removing that and putting Windows if you want to put Windows on it. Like
Yeah.
initially, there's some really cool things. Now,
And,
IGN,
you know, speaking of, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
IGN went into desktop mode with it, and they did try to download all the other stuff, and everything downloaded nicely. They didn't test any other games out from like Epic Games or anything like that, but Steam did say that there might be
It's
a
a
little bit
PC.
of there might be a little bit of a compatibility issue just because it is Linux, but they try to make it as much possible where it was like in between of Windows and Linux, so you wouldn't have that issue. But sometimes you just can't be helped, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Speaking of like the fact that it's Linux, so has it crossed anyone's minds that like, okay, so if y'all remember, so this is not the first device to run the Steam OS, right? There were Steam PCs or whatever they called them. I don't remember what they called them, but there were specific PCs that you could buy that specifically ran the Steam OS, and that's a Linux-based system. I mean, it's the same Steam OS that we are getting on this Steam Deck. The problem was back then, this was several years ago, compatibility was very low because it's running Linux and there was no compatibility layer built at the time. There is now a compatibility layer that is, maybe they were Steam machines, Nick, but there is a compatibility layer now that's built on, that they have made for Linux. So it's very possible that the majority of your library will work, if not all of them. But there is a high chance that if you don't install, like, say, Windows or something to it directly, that you will not be able to play, like, every game on your Steam library already. And that's something that they're not making widely known, because I think they're confident that most people's games will work. And that's okay if that's the case, but that is something to think about, you know. No, the big name games are probably going to work. You know, your AAA games and stuff like that are probably going to work without issue, because you want those to work on every platform that you can get them working on. But there are going to be games that are not going to work on it. That's a potential bummer.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of high claims.
It is the Steam Machine.
Steam Machine.
That's why they can't call the Steam Deck the Steam Machine.
Yeah,
They gotta call it a Steam Machine Mini or Steam Machine Portable.
Steam Machine Pro.
yeah,
Steam Machine Portable.
portable. But yeah, no, like there are a lot of high claims, like crazy claims that they're saying, like being able to run games between medium and high. That's perfect. But then they're like, also with ray tracing. See, I can't see that happening though.
What? No.
Because we know how demanding ray tracing is. So I can't even see that
You can
happening.
barely do Minecraft ray tracing. Are you serious? Like,
Yeah.
what?
So I
Don't
guess-
even have extra large cup holders. What the heck?
So, well, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see when it comes out. You know, they keep changing the date, but we're supposed to. The first people who ordered it, the first hour that it got released, apparently, we're still getting in December. I don't know how true that is, but I mean, cool if it happens. Cool if it doesn't. I can wait. I can wait. If it means they're gonna refine it a little bit more, I can wait. That's fine. So here's something that's happened that was kind of a shocker, but at the same time, we were all kind of ready for it. So Dead Space is being rebooted, and EA is taking the OG story, and they're not just gonna, you know, a little bit of graphic improvement here or there. They're taking the whole thing and reanimating it, restructuring the whole thing.
Reanimating it.
Yeah, reanimating it.
Yeah.
So
Like a necromorph.
so they're going to completely back to the drawing board with it. They want to focus on the horror aspect of the story. They want to keep it as true to the Dead Space that we originally played. That scare factor, they want to keep it 10 times worse. So I'm really excited because I would like a really, really good scary Dead Space was already scary, and then they're just gonna add more to it. I'm fine with that. I'm down for that.
For real.
They also want to keep the suspense and horror. And what else did they say? Oh, apparently it's gonna be a full next gen game. They don't think they're gonna be releasing it on the PS4 or Xbox or last gen consoles.
Wow.
Yeah, they said they want to keep it full next gen. They want to do the whole ray tracing and all. So that's actually kind of exciting. That means they can really push the game. We'll get like a really good thing. Did you guys check the trailer out? Are you excited? What are your thoughts? Let's go.
Yes, I saw the trailer, and yes, it may have given me some feelings. But that's aside from the point. I'm excited for this. I'm so happy. I'm going to be real. Dead Space 3. I don't know if you guys want me to spoil this single game for you all. Should I just do like a countdown before I say it? Do you guys care?
Go ahead.
You guys don't care? Okay, I'll be like, here's a countdown. If anyone is interested in Dead Space 3, I'm going to scroll the ending for you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone dies. Everything dies. Human race gets eaten by the moon. Pretty much. Like, you cannot take the story anywhere.
Yeah.
You can't do anything else with it. It's awful and it's terrible. The only option they had if they wanted another Dead Space game was to reboot it, and I'm so glad they did it. I kind
They
of
should
hope
reboot this game.
They what?
I said they should reboot this game.
I don't know. Did I play Dead Space Extraction? Yes. Honestly, Dead Space Extraction is really fun.
Yeah.
It's not that scary, but it's incredibly fun.
It's very fun. I played it. It was really good.
The first two, though, Dead Space 1 and 2, those are horror games.
Yeah.
On par with the best of Resident Evil, the best of Silent Hill. It is up there. It is so good. And to see it getting remade like this, oh, beautiful. I hope that they stick to the original way they had it, where Isaac, the main character, was a silent protagonist the whole time. I really hope they go back and they keep that. It's not that I didn't like the voice they gave him. They gave him a pretty good voice. But it just, I don't know, it was a little bit... Weirdly enough, him remaining silent throughout the whole thing was less immersion breaking than him actually having comments on what he was going through and what was going on.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough.
The one thing
But
that...
when you get to... Yeah.
No, for
Go
sure.
ahead.
The
I
one...
would say, when you get to the end of the game, it all makes sense as to why he was silent.
Yeah. No, exactly. One thing that concerns me is EA made a comment that I wasn't really excited for, where they said they want us to be basically so into the story that we don't want to put it down, that you can beat the game in one sitting. When they said you can beat the game in one sitting, it puts fear that it might be just an 8 to 6 hour long game, and that's scary because that's too short. Dead Space deserves more.
The original
How
game,
long does it take to beat normally?
the original game on, I'd say, normal difficulty could be anywhere, depending on how much exploring you'd like to do, up to a 15 to 20 hour game.
Yeah. It took a long time. It took me, when I played it on the YouTube side, it took me a little bit, almost, I was full-time streaming at that point, and it took about the full month of October to finish it. It's a long time. But
The any percent world record on Dead Space 1 right now, currently, is 1 hour and 16 minutes.
whew,
So
But
that's what we're seeing.
That's a
what we're saying is-
speedrunner's world record.
Yeah, I say what we're saying is that the 6 to 8 hours is maybe just speed running.
We could only hope.
I mean,
Hey, my camera's acting up today. There we go.
no, I mean, the game's gonna be. I have no doubt I hope they do it justice, but I feel that they're going to. One thing that was really cool is they want to take what we learned, what they improved on from number 2 and number 3, and implement it into number 1. So then, right off the bat, you can do those things, or you.
I like when they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I like it too. So I'm very excited for it.
I'm very mixed on that, because if they take the weapon system from 3,
Well, they better not.
I hope not. Oh my gosh, the weapon system of 3 is just awful and boring and gross. You don't feel like, oh yeah, look, I just bought this new gun. Look how cool it is. You don't get that feeling.
Yeah.
Because you see all the schematics so early on. It's just like, okay, you can slap 2 types of weapons on. You have 2 weapons, and each weapon can have 2 types of weapons on it. They're rental before. As opposed to the first 2, where it's like you have 4 weapons, you pick your 4 and deal with it.
We need Chadley to play Dead Space.
Yeah, we need Chadley to play Dead Space. There we go. You played Resident Evil, you can handle it.
Yeah, I've never touched Dead Space. So
Yeah, I haven't either actually.
Really? Oh man, you guys are missing out. It's actually really
Yeah,
good.
I'll probably play it for the reboot though, to be honest. Like I don't
You
do a
could-
lot of horror games, but like I could totally play that, I think.
You could get the original one on Steam for like a handful of shekels, I believe.
For a handful of shekels.
Shekels.
Yeah, for a handful of shekels. It's not good.
It's $5 for each of the 3 of them.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't waste money on number 3, but definitely number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
You wouldn't wait. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I wouldn't waste money on 3 either. Man. Oh man. Yeah. Wouldn't
Oh,
waste
is it-
money on 3.
It's part of EA Play. Is it on? It's on Xbox, right?
I don't know. Is it on Xbox?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because if it's part of EA Play, that means it would be free.
Reminds me, Rico, when are we finishing Dead Space 3?
Oh, I don't even know. We haven't.
Is that a co-op game also for everyone?
It is.
It is. I think that one was actually for co-op. They did a good job. Like,
It's fun.
yeah, they did a good job. It's not scary.
Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't waste
Not
time
at all.
on it. But other than that, the game
Not at all.
itself is just action packed. They made it action packed.
Dead Space 1, 2, and 3 and Ignition are now on Xbox Game Pass as of 2 days ago, it looks like.
Oh, wow.
Surprise!
I don't have to waste money on any of them.
There you go. You have no excuse not to play them now.
True.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's a fun story. It's a fun story.
It is.
One of the
You
things that
definitely can
in the
guess.
trailer, you see what are they called? Necromancers?
Necromorphs.
Necromorphs. You see the necromorph coming out, and they're saying that whole scene is all in-game footage, and if it is, I mean, it looked stupidly awesome.
Always take that with a grain of salt, though.
Oh yeah, definitely. But it did look awesome.
It did. It looked great.
My goodness,
Very
well,
excited.
that's it, guys. That's it for today's TacoCast. It's over. What time is it? It's almost. Oh my God, it's 10. I'm running late.
Only 9 o'clock, Rigo, you're
We
fine.
had a lot to talk about.
I know.
We did, we had a lot, yeah.
Jeez. I know I have so much. The thing is, I don't want to work though. Like, they have so much.
Oh, me either.
They have so much stuff for me to do downstairs. I'm not looking forward to it. And the owner's just like, you can handle this, right? I'm like, oh, if you would have told me, I would have brought someone. It would have been a lot easier if I would have brought someone.
Oh, is it just you?
It's just me.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, cause
Let's hurry up and end this, guys.
yeah, like, normally it's like it's always just me. But when there's a big job, they give me a week ahead of, and I usually bring someone to help me if it's something big. This is something big,
Yeah.
and they're coming at 2 o'clock to continue working, and I'm like, yeah, you can't just, like, my whole work schedule is now all messed up. When I should be done at 2, I'm gonna be done now 4 or 5, and I told them when 6 o'clock happens, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna stay and clean. You figure it out. You tell your guys to finish cleaning. I'll just do what I need to do.
I can't believe Stephie mistook Nickelodeon Brawl.
Rugrats Brawl game.
Man!
Oh, the Nickelodeon
I'm
bro.
so
Okay,
down
okay.
with that game.
Quickly, hold on. We gotta talk about that because that was a
Yeah.
big surprise for me. That Nickelodeon brawl.
I want to just be Reptar, that's all.
Yeah!
I saw-
Reptar Man's Rise Up.
Hey. You know, if you can beat Tommy, one of his moves has to be take that diaper off and chuck it.
But did they show Tommy yet?
I don't think so, but we did have Chucky Chan as a playable character.
Right?
I love it. The memes of the characters that need to be added are incredible. They're artwork. And you know they're willing to add meme characters. Nigel Thornberry is one of the first characters they showed off.
Yeah. No, and seeing the fighting when they were showing how to fight,
It looks good.
Yeah.
it reminded me
yeah.
of it reminded me of Smash a little bit. The way the movements are and everything. But again, it looks fun, but it looks like something that I'm gonna play and be like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
That's
going.
cool.
You know.
We'll have to wait and see. You know, this wouldn't be the first Smash Bros. Ripoff someone's come up with. I mean, PlayStation
What?
All-Stars was
PlayStation
absolutely
All-Stars was
trash.
solid. No, that was a solid game.
You would hit someone, and
I
then they would
enjoyed
have
that
like
game.
5 seconds of invincibility frames before you could hit them again.
That doesn't make it not a solid game.
My man was
Doesn't
Kratos.
it?
Kratos was my man.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I love the concept of it, but the gameplay is just...
I really enjoyed it. I had it on my Vita too.
There's only so much you can do to the like for those type of brawler type games. There's only so much you can do before it like doesn't feel any different to what's already out there, you know.
Right.
I vote
So-
TacoCast All Stars.
Ooh.
yeah,
Who's your main?
Choose
Mine
your
is
main.
Vita.
I choose Chad.
We never got an answer a few weeks ago when we asked which Taco Cast member is each Ninja Turtle, and I'm still waiting for an answer.
Chat has to answer that question.
Yeah.
They have to
Yeah.
tell us which Ninja
We
Turtle we
never
are.
voted.
Gotta put up a poll next time.
Right? We'll put up.
Right.
Oh,
We're
my
gonna
God.
at the beginning put a poll for it.
every TacoCast we will ask until it gets answered. We'll do a. Ryan's the blue one.
But I'm blue.
Because he's
I mean,
blue.
Okay, I got blue.
Chadley equals Master Splinter. Of course he does.
Well,
of course he
yeah.
does. I tell you, I enjoy it. Anyways, guys, thank you for coming out. I super appreciate it. You know what? I kind of like the whole let's just chat it up a bunch.
Yeah. Me too. I like this format. Yeah.
You know,
It works well for us.
It does work well. It does work well, I have to admit. Chat, thank you guys for coming out as well. I super appreciate it. I'm sorry that we can't stay, but I'm hoping, I'm knocking on wood because I'm still having an argument with this guy, but I'm hoping by next month I should be able to have a better schedule than what I have now. Hopefully, we'll see. I mean, it's a fight. It's a fight right now. You know, I don't. I'm just checking if there's anyone that I have that we can raid. Who is on? Who can we raid? There's a lot of people on. Raid that we haven't raided.
Oh, no, Pete. Definitely don't let it burn.
No.
Everybody seems to be doing really good.
Good.
I'm just gonna leave it like that for now. I'll just leave it like that for now. It's okay. All right, guys. Again, I super appreciate it. Oh, Neil, thank you for the $2, man. Thank you very much, guys. Let's hashtag. Super appreciate that, man. I really do.
Yeah.
All right, my friends. Thank you again. I super appreciate it. Thank you, Corey. Thank you,
Thanks,
Chadley.
everybody.
Thank you, Ryan. I know you guys were busy and you rushed to get home, so I really appreciate it. I will see you guys next month for another awesome TacoCast. Meanwhile, we're over on Twitch. You can check out the links in the description below for all three of them. There it is. For all three of them, their links are in the description. And we will see you guys all next month.
Wanted to donate just cause.
Super appreciate it.
guys.
Take care, guys. Have a good
Yeah.
one. Take
Good
care.
night.
Have a good one. Don't forget the most important thing in the whole wide world. Come to my live stream. I'm super famous. Take care. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.